Okay, this video is about how I keep my dry fire interesting. As always, when you start out, take your magazine out first, eject the live round, put your finger in there, make sure you have a safe gun. I also use a dedicated magazine, no other magazine for dry fire, with a snap cap in it. It's just one more layer of safety. The gun doesn't need a snap cap. So, I dress the way that I normally dress. That's important. If you wear winter clothes, you need to be able to practice in winter clothes. But we'll start out with a normal holstered gun. So when I do this, I think about different things. Like I think about my grip coming out of the holster, clearing the safety as I line up, setting my head back at the right angle where my trifocal glasses work the best, focus on the front side, and shoot. Think about all the things that you're doing there. Think about your grip, think about your wrist lock, and do that every time. So there are a lot of ways to do this other than just standing up and shooting. It's usually worthwhile, since you're going to do it if you ever actually have to shoot somebody, it's worthwhile to think about moving every time you draw. Move, clear your clothes, take the shot. It's also good to look your gun into the holster every time so that you don't forget when you're out there with live ammunition. So, other than shooting the targets and moving, there are other things you can do, like shoot from a seated position. From seated, you can work on standing up to draw and shoot. You can shoot from seated. You can practice your surreptitious sneaky draw as if you are in a restaurant, you're being robbed. You have your hands up, you kind of work one hand down. Think about how you would do it if you really had to. You can work on seated on the floor. If somebody has punched your lights out and you're on the ground, you may have to work out a way to draw like that. If it's really bad, they might have you on your back. And so it's good to think about how you're going to draw from your back and shoot. Over here, behind the car, I've got a shoe set on the ground. If you're on the ground, it's fairly likely you'll be in a parking lot, and you may want to practice shooting under the car. I use a black shoe. Dim light is okay because there's a really good chance, if you ever have to do this for real, you're going to be in dim light. You may have to shoot from your knees. Overt draw, go where you're clear with both hands. Surreptitious draw where you try to be sneaky about it. Shoot one hand. It's possible at some point, for whatever reason, injury or other problem, that you may have to draw and shoot one-handed. Now for me, the easiest way to do that is reach around behind my back and shoot. Maybe on your knees, maybe on one knee. You may have to shoot around the car. It's good to have a car around for practice. Move behind your car and shoot. You might be holding something in your hand. I don't recommend that you do this with your real phone. Get a piece of wood that fakes your phone. And then think about which hand you really have your phone in. Right hand, left hand, do it like that. So drop, move, and shoot. I wear glasses, so They make a relatively significant difference in my eyesight. Everything's fuzzy now. But if somebody has punched you in the face and you've lost your glasses, it would be good if this is the first time you ever had to line up a shot without your glasses. When you're at the range doing live fire, it's also really interesting to shoot without your glasses. They make a big difference. I live in Idaho. Once in a while it gets cold here. And so I will often be out on the street dressed like this, where I'll have a light sweater type thing underneath, a coat on, and gloves. And this really, really slows down your draw and aim. But it would be good if you ever had to do it for real, that wasn't the first time you ever tried it. So the clearance is really difficult and much slower. Draw to a first shot goes for me from 1.5 seconds up into the 4.5 second neighborhood. It's really bad. But if you've never done it, you'll regret it if it ever comes to that. If you have a way to do it, if you have a car in a garage like this, it's fun and interesting to practice drawing in the car. Being in a car with a seat and shoulder belt on can be a really challenging draw. So start from here, assume you're getting carjacked, figure out how you're going to draw your gun. For me, I have to drop the seatbelt, lean far to the left to get the gun out. If you're an appendix carrier, it'll be a little bit different, but it's something that's good to practice before you need to actually do it. So hopefully some of this will help you. Dry fire gets really old after a while, especially if you've been doing it every week or every day for years and years. It gets slow. But think about the problems that you're likely to get into and try to adapt your dry fire practice to be, at least a little bit similar to those situations. That's it. Thanks for watching my video.